served with, like our former Senator Johnny Grant. Representative Rick Williams and I have gone back in before Rick was in the legislature with his service on the funeral board and working with him when I was Secretary of State, and a lot of other people that are, part of making today happen. Joyce White with the USDA. Joyce knows this state as good as I do. She has done a phenomenal job, and Secretary Perdue has as well, really continuing to keep Georgia at the forefront of a lot of things that are happening nationally. And we certainly appreciate you, Joyce. I know Marty Smith and Frank Smith, no relation, I don't think, with the Georgia Building Authority and the State Properties Commission are here today. They're part of our team in state government, as well as Amy Carter with the Georgia Department of Economic Development. I know the mayor and I think some of the council members are here, and the chairman and some of the commissioners. We appreciate the local support and your friendship and working with us as a state to make things like this happen. I know we also have Mayor Phil Best here today. I turned around and I looked at Phil from Dublin, and that's where we're going next, which is why we had to get started to leave early. And I was like, Phil, I think you're at the wrong event. But I hear he's going to be trailing fast behind me on the way to Dublin here shortly. We've got another great announcement that we're doing down there. So you can see, as Mike said, we really are focused on all parts of Georgia from an economic development perspective, and certainly rural Georgia as well. I want to really thank, I see just so many community leaders and people that I've gotten to know and work with over the years that are in the room as well. People like Thomas Kinsey as well, the Thomas Financial Group has had a hand in helping finance this. I know Mark Horn helped set a lot of the travels that we have up today. I think he's already left to go to Milledgeville. And then certainly the greatest first lady in the country, Marty Kemp, is here with us. And I would just like to remind everybody from Milledgeville and Baldwin County that Marty and I are taxpayers here in the city of Milledgeville and in Baldwin County. So we are certainly appreciative of seeing things like this happening. I'm excited about the facility and the opportunity for the employees and the community, and just walking around and really seeing the size of the facility. There's obviously a lot of room to grow here. So I think there's great opportunity in the future, and we're certainly wishing Angelo and the team well, and we'll continue to be there to help them along the way if at all possible. But what's so exciting is this ties into other things that we're already doing in Georgia. That's something that our First Lady's been involved with, and that is promoting the Georgia Grown program that was started by Agriculture Commissioner Gary Black. We have been promoting that at the mansion. We've been promoting it within the state, and we're also promoting it all over the country. And I know Angelo and the team here are going to be using Georgia Grown protein and produce and other items as much as they can in the facility, which helps our farmers, which helps our agribusiness people, and they need it right now. The commodity markets have been tough for years. We've had terrible weather events when you think about Hurricane Michael, blueberry crops getting frozen, and just the whole COVID shutdown, the trade war with China. There's been a lot of things that's been really tough on agriculture. So we're excited about this project on two different fronts, not to mention the jobs that it's creating. And that's really where I will end today, because that is literally my focus 24/7 now is on two things. That is lives and livelihoods. And we have to do both in Georgia. We have been 24/7 for months during the pandemic on our COVID-19 response to protect the lives of our fellow citizens. And we will continue to do that, making sure that our nursing homes are very safe, with supporting them with the National Guard, the Georgia Department of Public Health, the Department of Community Health, supplying staffing when needed. We're doing the same things with our hospitals, helping put in place surge capacity with our beds to allow hospitals to be financially viable by doing elective procedures. So do not put off a medical procedure that you or a loved one may need. It is very safe to go do that. we can take care of COVID patients and all other patients. That's why we have the surge capacity that we're working on right now. So regardless of what you're reading in the paper, we are in constant contact with our hospitals every day to make sure we have enough beds, but that we also can do the regular work of the hospital to keep them financially viable. We're continuing to supply PPE and other products to protect the local communities. We're supplying masks, hand sanitizer, cleaning equipment, cleaning supplies to our schools so that they can safely reopen. We're also continuing to send those items to nursing homes, hospitals that need it, and we are ready for what we are seeing today. We asked Georgians to sacrifice a lot months ago to prepare us to reopen our economy and to handle any kind of rising cases that we would get. And we are doing just that. And while we have seen an increase in cases, we are holding our own, and we are continuing to fight the virus every day. The second thing that we're doing is we are fighting for your livelihood, the livelihood of our fellow citizens, and we must do both. We cannot afford, Georgians cannot afford, and hardworking Georgians cannot afford for us to shut down again. We have to learn to do both things, because we have people out there, hardworking people, that don't know where their next paycheck is going to come from. And it, unfortunately, may get worse before it gets better in any parts of the country. You look at California right now, their unemployment rate is 17.4%. Ours is 7.4%. You imagine what the ramifications of an additional 10% of unemployment in our state would be. People are struggling now to make their rent, to buy groceries, to buy medications, and to continue to survive in this world. We have put a lot of time into the guidance that has been approved by public health officials on businesses reopening, on schools reopening, being able to move forward in a smart, methodical way. That is what we have been doing. We had to pause that a little bit with this recent uptick in cases, and that is why over the last several weeks I've been asking people to do 4 things for 4 weeks to help us flatten the curve, which is fairly flat now, but drive our numbers down so we can continue to open more of our economy in the future and have high school and college football this fall. I know everybody's in support of that. But there are 4 simple things. Continue to socially distance yourself. When you can't do that, do like everyone here today was doing. Wear your mask. I am so excited to see everybody wearing their mask today. We understand you got to take it off to eat. But I know when I walked in, I think everybody in there had a mask on. If we do that, it's going to help slow the spread. The third thing is continue to wash your hands and use hand sanitizer and other things. If you use the one in the back, be careful. It comes out very quick. Don't drink that, Representative. Fourth thing is to follow the guidance, the existing guidance that we have. That has helped us flatten the curve. Albany, Georgia was the 4th hottest spot in the world at one time, months ago. And they flattened the curve by doing the regulations and the guidance that we currently have. We didn't have to have a bunch of mandates for them to do that. We simply asked people to do the right thing. Wear their masks, socially distance themselves, wash their hands, follow the regulations that we have in place for businesses and other establishments, and enforce those regulations if you see businesses that aren't doing that. You know, if there's bars in your local community that are packing it in and not following the 35% rule, you need to go pay them a visit. Give them the guidelines and ask them to comply. And if they don't, you need to write them a warning. And if they don't do that, you need to write them a ticket. And then the third time, you can close them down. If that's politically tough for you to do in your local community, call us. We will bring the state patrol to help you with that. We don't want to do that. Most people are going to abide if they know what the rules are, so help us educate everyone. Let's continue to reopen in a methodical way, but continue to flatten the curve so that we can enjoy all the things that we normally do at the end of the summer going into the fall. I again want to thank y'all for such a strong turnout today. I want to thank you for your support and your commitment to this local community. As Johnny Grant and I saw firsthand when we were serving in the state senate, this community's been through a lot. And I know that because I was living it with him at the time it was happening. And I haven't forgotten that, nor will I forget that as your governor. I have been focused, along with the team in economic development and other folks, on continuing to look and work with Mike and his team. Let me thank Mike's team too. Y'all just stand up real quick for the folks in the Development Authority. Thank you for all. We are going to continue to work with them and look for opportunities in the future where we can continue to look at repurposing older facilities like these and creating new jobs like these. So thank you very much. I apologize for having to slip out. God bless you all and thank you for your support.